Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since I've did any videos. It's because lately I've been dealing with with the with the cancer and also the loss of my stepson last month. So it's been a rough month for me and my wife. But anyways, I was watching some YouTube video on another guy that it just popped up on my feed. He also has a cancer. I don't know what form of cancer he had, but I think the video was something that it was. It said my last video or something like that. Like if he's on his dying days. You know what I mean? So that's what made me want to do this video. Um, according to him, I was I went back on his videos to see how long he's been doing this. It's been like 3 years. Um, but you can see in his videos how he looks one way, and then um, to the very last video that he had did, how he looks like very sick. Um, so yeah, he looks like he doesn't have much time left um, on his clock. So the thing is, he was in his video. I think he was in his car, and he was just. I guess he was just kind of like letting it all out. He was crying and talking about his family and stuff like that, and everything that he's going through, everything he's been going through, and so the difference between me and that guy is that I've never done it. I never got on here and felt sorry for myself and cried and you know and went through some kind of depression and shit like that. I know that guy is he's coming to his end, um, because you can look at him and tell. Now me on the other hand, with the cancer that I have, uh, according to the doctors when we talked to him a few weeks back, he said that I should have been dead a long time ago. Within 4 to 6 months, once I found out that I had stage 4 cancer, I should have been dead. But here I am. Yes, last month was 2 years. November was 2 years that I was diagnosed. Next month will be 2 years of chemotherapy. The thing with me right now is I'm not on chemotherapy or radiation. Um, I've kind of come to like the end of that. They're trying to find something for me to some kind of chemotherapy for me. But as of right now, I'm not on anything. I haven't been on anything since I want to say the end of September or the beginning of October. I can't remember. That was the last when I did my radiation and my chemo at the same time. That was the last time. So I haven't been on anything for a few months, for a couple months now. And then I got a call last Thursday, I think it was, from my doctor, and they're looking for some. They're waiting for some approval for my insurance so they can put me on another chemotherapy. But I think the chemotherapy they're put me on is something that I had already been on, something that helped at one point but then stopped. So they want to see what's gonna happen now, if it'll help me again. But I mean, this is just trying different things because everything that they've tried so far is no longer working. And now that it's been two months or whatever with me not being on anything, now I can feel the toll of of the cancer, what is doing. You know what I mean? I know I don't look like some people um, with like dark color under their eyes. I am losing weight, even though I am eating. For some reason, I lost 13 pounds since last week. I don't know why, because I eat. So yesterday I had to hook myself up to the feeding machine just so I can get more protein in me, because obviously what I'm eating is not enough. I don't eat a lot, but I do eat. Um, but for me to lose 13 pounds in a week, it's something's going on, And I'm now more than ever in constant pain. Before I wasn't in constant pain. Now I'm in constant pain. Um, right here, right here in my top of my stomach. Um, it's just a constant pain. I gotta constantly take pain medication, Percocet, to try to take away the pain that I feel every day. Um, when I'm at work, I can't take pain medication, so like my doctor said, I'm constantly chasing the pain. Um, I try not to take the pills as much as I possibly can, but then it'll be too much, and I say, well, fuck it, I'll take the pills. But again, I'm chasing the pain, because once you take the pill, it takes like 20 minutes before it kicks in. So a friend of mine, he was telling me the other day, he goes, just chew them. They taste disgusting, but chew them. Chew the pills and drink water, and get the taste out of your mouth. But they'll work right away. So that's what I've been doing. Anytime that I feel that I need to take the pills, I'll just chew them. I'll chew sometimes half, just to take the edge off. And if I'm in a lot of pain, I'll chew like one and a half, maybe two, to take away the pain. But like I said, the, I'm feeling the toll of what the cancer is doing now. It's been a couple months. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't stop spreading. I'm pretty sure it's spreading again. You know, um, but I'm not worried about all that, because I already knew from the very beginning that most likely I wouldn't survive the cancer. You know what I mean? It's too far gone, and plus the kind of cancer I had. So I mean, it's not a shock to me, like it is, say for instance, that guy. You know what I mean? He's afraid. You know what I mean? And he was saying it in his video. That he's afraid because he's dying, and he's afraid of dying. You know what I mean? And I never been that way, so that's the reason why I never got depressed and sat around crying about it and shit like that. But now it's coming, to I already peaked already. You know what I mean? I made it 2 years, which I shouldn't have done. Shouldn't have been able to do that, but I made it these 2 years. So now I know I'm past that peak already. Um, this thing's a little too loud. Um, yeah, so I'm not worried about all that. I think that's the reason why I made it this far um, without dying. But I'm on the down. I think I'm on the downhill now. Like, because there's nothing really they can do. There's nothing. There's no surgery for me. The chemotherapies they're gonna use, I've already done them. They stopped helping me. So, but they're gonna try again. They're just doing anything they can to keep me going for as long as they can. But now that I'm going through all the pain that I'm going through, which I've never had the pain like this before. So now I know that I'm on the downhill now. You know what I mean? Um, if I was to last another year, I'd be pretty lucky. You know what I mean? But who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Because I don't look sick. If you see me in person, you don't think that I have cancer. You don't think anything. I'm just hella skinny. Right now I weigh 184 pounds, um, and I'm 6'5", so I'm really skinny, but not what would you call it, like malnutrition skinny. You know what I mean? If I don't start getting more protein in me and try to eat more, then yeah, within a month or so, I will start to look like that. I will start to look sick because once you start losing weight like that, then and you start to look malnutrition, then you will start getting the dark circles under your eyes and stuff like that. So I gotta try to eat more and try to put on more weight, but I just don't feel like eating. I just don't have an appetite. When I do eat, after I'm done eating, um, food just doesn't do nothing for me. It just and kind of like thinking about food makes me want to vomit. You know what I mean? I don't want to eat no more. Um, that's the reason why I don't eat a lot. I try not to get sick and throw up, but I don't want to eat because I just don't have an appetite to eat. But I gotta try because I'm losing too much weight too fast now, and that will take a toll on me. As far as like me going to work and shit like that, because I'll be really weak if I'm not eating, if I'm not getting no protein. So that's the reason why I gotta hook myself up to the machine and feed myself at night. But the other, I think it was like about a week ago. I think it was like a week ago. I was talking to my dad, and he was saying, because I was telling him what was going on as far as like that's it. You know what I mean? I ain't got no more. There's really no more options right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm coming to the end of the op. There's no options. They're just giving me the same shit they're gonna give me last time. There's no more like, okay, this is a new um, chemotherapy you haven't done yet. Let's see what happens. No, this is stuff they already gave me that stopped working, but they gave it to me in the beginning, so they're thinking we'll try it again. We'll see. Who knows? But you know, he and I was explaining to him too how the doctor said I shouldn't even be here now. Should have been dead a long time ago. And he says, well, there's people that live a long time with cancer. Which they do. I knew people who had lived like 10 years with cancer, fighting cancer. I know people that are still alive now fighting with cancer over 10 years. But who wants to live like that? You know what I mean? Who wants to? Well, in my case, I don't know how they feel as far as pain and shit like that. But who wants to live like that for 10 more years? Why would I want to live like that for 10 more years? Why would I want to be suffering for 10 more years? I already live a life of fucking misery. You know what I mean? My life is miserable. As far as the cancer part goes, not with my wife and my marriage, none of that shit. But dealing with the cancer and being sick constantly and in pain constantly, and you can't really go far from the house because the way I feel, I can't do the things that I used to do before because I gotta stay closer to home. I'm constantly tired, constantly in pain. So it's like, well, who the fuck wants to live like that? I don't. That's like a person that that dreams of living to be 100 years old. It's like, why would you want to live to be 100 years old? Why do you want to live miserable at the end of your life? People have to take care of you. People have to clean you. People have to feed you. People have to, fix your bed. For everything is done by somebody else. You can't do it on your own anymore. Who wants to live like that? You got arthritis. You got all these medical problems. Who wants to live like that? I don't want to live like that. So I don't want to. I don't want to go another 10 years dealing with this shit. I already know that I'm not gonna beat it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know that right now I'm on the, the the downhill part, which I don't mind. I don't mind because and I think I might have said it before, but like when I was in the hospital last time, a couple months back, and I was going through all the pain, I was like, man, I'd rather just die right now because this is too much. When I was going through the radiation, I was like, this is too much. Why would I want to continue to go through this shit? I felt like I was better off dead than having to deal with that shit. And then finally we finished it. And that pain went away. But now the pain that I'm going through is something different. You know what I mean? So why would I want to go through that shit for 10 more years? I wouldn't want to. I know that I'm on downhill now, and I'm okay with that. Because, to be honest with you, I'd rather be dead than be feeling sick every day. To be thrown up, to be in pain, my chest here, sometimes my heart hurts. Um, I don't know what the hell that's from, but sometimes my heart will hurt. Breathe in, my heart hurts a lot. But the pain that I feel right here, um, in my top of my stomach and the esophagus areas, you know, why the hell would I want to do that? Why do I want to live off medication, pain medication every single day? Um, I told the doctor last time when I was there that the Percocet that I'm taking is not working. I got to take more and more because that's what they tell you. Like, well, you're supposed to take one every 8 hours or whatever it is. But if it's not working, take one and a half or take two. It's okay, take two. But then when I run out of the pills fast, they're like, well, why'd you run out of the pills already? Well, you're telling me to fucking take two of them, not one. So I told him I need something stronger than that. So she said, okay, well, I'll give you morphine. And I said, nah, I don't want that. I already had it. I don't like that shit. I don't want it. So she says, okay, well, then the strongest thing that I can give you is fentanyl. And I said, nah, don't want that shit either. You might as well just give me heroin if you're going to give me that. I don't want no fentanyl either. Besides, if I'm taking fentanyl, because she was like, well, it's a patch. You just put the patch on, and it'll constantly feed that into your system. Well, you won't be in pain. You'll just constantly get fentanyl in your system. But it's like, no, because I have to go to work. I can't just be on fentanyl at work. And I don't want to get addicted to no fentanyl either. So I said, no, I don't want that either. I said, I'll just stick with what you're giving me and, I'll figure it out. So I just stuck with the pill that I get. But I'll run out of them faster and they're going to question me why I'm running out of pills. But it's their fault because they're the ones telling me to take more pills. But, what do I do? I can sit here in pain all day. But I ain't going to do that. Yeah, man. I've been doing that for too long. So, yeah, I take the pills. But, so yeah, why would I want to live that way? For 10 years, for 4 more fucking years. I don't want to live that way. I mean, I don't want, like, I don't want my wife to feel like our lives are bad because, you know, because I don't want to be here no more. It has nothing to do with my wife, my life here at home, none of that shit. It just has to do with what I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give up. I don't give up. I keep on going. If I got to deal with the pain, I got to deal with the pain. If I do last another 2, 3 years, well, fuck it. If I'm gonna be in pain for the next 2 or 3 years, whatever. I'll deal with it. Because the thing is, I know that's coming. I know the pain, more pain's coming. It's bad right now, but it's gonna get worse. I've always looked at it that way. It's gonna get worse before it gets any better. Well, for me, it's not gonna get any better. It's just gonna continue gradually getting worse and worse and worse. Um, the pain will increase as time goes by, and then eventually I will have to uh, go to morphine and then go to fentanyl and shit like that. Eventually, I will have to stop working, that's one thing that I don't want to do. I want to continue to work. I don't want to, but I have to. You know what I mean? I don't want to go to work, but I have to go to work. Because I can't get no money from disability. I already used it. I can't get no. I can only get like from permanent disability. I think it was like $1,000 or $1,400 a month. That's nothing. How the fuck am I supposed to live off that when I make way more than that at work? You know, I make way more than that every 2 weeks at work. Why would I stay at home for $1,400 or $1,000, whatever it was? Like, so I can't just sit at home. I have to go to work. So I have to deal with the pain in order to be at work. Good thing for me right now, I'm only working 4 days a week. 10-hour day. That's gonna change in March. We'll see what happens then. I might. I'm gonna try to figure something out before that. I'm definitely not going back into the truck to do delivery. I tell you that. But yeah, I still gotta work. You know what I mean? So even though I know I'm on the downhill, I gotta keep on going. And if I can make it another 2 years, 3 years, whatever, if I gotta be in pain doing it, it is what it is. I don't want to. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I don't want to. I don't want to be in the fucking pain anymore. I don't want to deal with this shit no more. I don't want to go to the doctor no more. I don't want to do none of that. But I got to continue to at least try to do what they tell me to do, and hopefully they can do something to get rid of the pain. If they can get rid of the pain, then I'll deal with the rest of it. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But again, like you know, there's a lot of people. Um, on Instagram and Facebook and even on the comments here on YouTube where, they always say, oh, you're going to beat this, don't worry. And, after a while you get tired of hearing that shit. You know, after a while you get tired of hearing it. After a while you get tired of hearing all this bullshit about, you know, I'm praying for you and all that shit because that's not working either. Um, but all the stuff, that you're going to beat this and, you know, I knew somebody with cancer, they beat, it's like, yeah, but what kind of cancer they have? Every cancer is different. Every stage is different. There's some cancers that can't be beat. You know what I mean? It'll be a miracle to beat them. You know what I mean? And it gets tiring hearing that shit. I've been hearing it for 2 years now, and I wish that people would stop doing that. I wish people would stop with their bullshit suggestions on what to eat, and it's all bullshit. You know, um, there's always people out there that want to tell you like to eat sour sop, or I mean, it's a oh man, it's a constant thing. Mushrooms, sour sauce, bullshit. And they'll tell you something like, I know somebody that ate these kind of mushrooms and they don't have cancer anymore. It's like, well, yeah, but did they get off radiation chemotherapy? Oh no. Okay, well then how the fuck he knows the mushrooms that did it? You know, um, or oh, here's another one. Is when people send me stuff and say the doctors don't want you to know this, but it's like, oh, but you fucking know it. Doctors don't want you to know this cures cancer right here, but the doctors want you to know, because they want to keep you sick because there's money in chemotherapy and treatments and all that. But those people don't think that that would be like one of the biggest fucking conspiracies ever. That every single fucking doctor knows that this mushroom treats cancer, but they won't tell you about it because they want to make money off you. Every fucking doctor. You know how stupid that sounds, But people believe that kind of stuff. They get on the internet and they believe shit like that. I know somebody that tells me about some kind of oil shit. I don't know what it is to rub all over your body and it soaks into your bones and it kills cancer because they know somebody that did it. And I'm like, what the fuck, like, do you believe that? It's like you believe these stupid things that you're saying, and you want me to fucking try it? Like you want me to put my life on the line? You want me? That's one thing. These people want me to test this shit with my life. You know what I mean? And it's always people that never had cancer. Always people would never have that never had cancer. I want to make that suggestion to people. If you ain't never had cancer, I don't give a fuck if you know something with cancer. If you yourself have never had cancer and you never beat cancer with just eating mushrooms or whatever the fuck, the alkaline water, all the other bullshit they tell you. If you have not personally done it, you should not be suggesting that shit to somebody else because you're fucking playing with somebody else's life. You're not gonna die from it in the end. That person is. So why would you make these kind of suggestions that they should do this and put their life on the line because of something that you heard, or because you read on Google, or you went on WebMD, or because somebody told you that shit? Why would you fucking play with somebody's life like that and tell them to do all these things? And I got friends that do it. And and I've told them, like, I'm not doing that shit. I have friends that tell me, hey, just do it for me, do it for you. I mean, you want me to fucking play with my life for you? I mean, yeah, we're friends. I love you and all, but you want me to fucking play with my life for you? I don't think so. You want me to just stop doing chemotherapy and start fucking taking mushrooms or whatever you're talking? Do it for you? You playing with my life and my wife's life? Get the fuck out of here with that. You know what I mean? It's an all the time thing though. It's an all the time thing. People will use you to see. Let's see if this really works. Hey, well, Mike's got cancer. Hey, Mike, stop fucking taking chemotherapy and eat turkey tail mushrooms every day and drink alkaline water and nothing but vegetables. And let's see if it cures your cancer. Like, the fuck you talking about? Why would I do that? Like I said before to the people, I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. This is the way things are supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's the way I've always seen it, and that's the reason why I'm not afraid. That's the reason why I've never been depressed and all that other shit. I don't know what depression is. I don't know. I never felt that. I don't understand it. I don't understand people with depression. To me, that's just a weakness, or an excuse. I've never went through depression. I've always found a way. You know what I mean? So um, I'm gonna live the way I want to because this is the way it's supposed to be. Like I did a video a long time ago. I'm going through what I'm going through because of my own stupid decisions in life, because of things that I've done. You know what I mean? These is all I bring this shit upon myself. This is all karma that I bring upon myself. So I have to deal with it. And if I can go another 2 years, 3 years, whatever, but I gotta suffer through it before I die, well then that's what I had to do because I have to answer for the things that I've done, just like everybody else does. You know what I mean? This is my destiny, so it is what it is. So that's the difference between me and that guy he's on his downhill also. I don't know how close he is, but he looks sick, and I don't. I just feel sick, but I don't look sick. Um, but we're both like on the downhill. You know what I mean? And it's hard for some people to believe that because, like I said, I don't look sick. So they think, oh shit, Mike's doing good. Or they say, hey, whenever they see me, like, I seen a lot of friends last weekend. And they're like, man, you look good. I said, I thanked them, but I was in my mind, like, I wish you knew how I feel on the inside. You know what I mean? If you could feel how I feel on the inside, you wouldn't be saying, you only see the outside. Yeah, I still look like I'm not sick, but on the inside is where I'm sick. You know what I mean? On the inside is where I'm dying. I don't look like I'm dying. I'm just dying on the inside, which I'm glad. I'm glad. I don't want to. I don't want to walk around looking that way. I don't want to walk around looking like some people that I know who have cancer, where they're just, their spaces are sucked up and their eyes are all brown, dark under them. They look tired. I don't want to look like that. I'd rather look the way that I look now and die this way than to die looking sick. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, you can say, oh yeah, you look good on the outside. But shit, I wish I don't wish that upon nobody, but only if you can see or feel what I am on the inside. It's nothing that you'd want to go through. So, but in that video though, that guy, he was kind of like pretty much um, saying like, nah, I can't. I guess he was kind of like saying his goodbye. He was just saying. It was kind of like he was saying his goodbye, but it wasn't his final goodbyes. No, but he was just. But that's what that video was kind of about. Especially because he named the video something the end. I think that was the name of the video, my cancer journey, the end, whatever. And then he's just talking about, how he feels about life and the shit he's been through, and I think his kids and stuff like that. And I have not done that. I eventually probably have to do something like that. Um, but yeah, I haven't done nothing like that. I don't think I really have much to say when it comes to you know what I mean. Like I don't know if I could even do that because I don't think I really have much to say about that. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I will. I mean, maybe I will. I don't know. Um, but I don't think I really have much to say when it comes to that. As far as talking about my kids or all those final goodbye shit because it's not like I'm just gonna go to sleep one night and die. You know what I mean? With cancer, one day you're gonna end up in the hospital. You're gonna end up in hospice. And they're gonna tell you, you only got so much time left. Whether it's a week or days or whatever. People are gonna know. People will know. You know, my wife will be able to tell people, like, hey, he's in the hospital, or he's here at home in hospice. He ain't got much time left. Just like they did with my uncle. You know, um, and he was able to talk to the family, the people that wanted to come see him and stuff like that, and he was able to, say what he wanted to say to people and shit. Uh, but me, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I really don't. Uh, I really don't have. I really don't have shit to say to nobody. And everybody that's been around, I've talked to you. I see you. I talk to you. People that don't come around, they don't come around. That's fuck. I'm not gonna make a video. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm not that. I'm not bedridden yet. Still get around. Still do my thing. Still work. You know what I mean? I just know that I'm on the downhill now, and but I'm okay with that. To be honest with you, I'm ready for that. I've explained that in other videos before. Um, when I first started talking about this cancer shit, that I've been prepared for this for since I was a kid. So, and I don't mean having cancer; I just mean dying. I've been prepared for that since I was a kid. So I never really feared death, and I don't care. I don't care. Hold on, I think the gardeners gonna come back here. So I'm not worried about that. I kind of look forward to it. I look forward to see what happens. Um, because like I said, going through this kind of shit is you feel like death is so much easier. That's another thing. Um, when you live a hard life, you think that life, you look like fuck life is hard. You tell people life is hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to get through, but if you're strong, you'll make it. You know what I mean? But then when you're going through what I'm going through, you realize that life is easy, death is hard. Because dying is the hardest thing you gotta do. Okay, yeah, so, um, you know, if you go through life and think that life is hard, or you've had a rough life, and you tell people how hard life is, go through what I'm going through and see that you'll realize that life is easy. It's if you are going through what I'm going through, and you know you're dying, dying is harder than living. You know what I mean? It's harder, and especially when you get to the point where you're like you want to fucking die, but you can't. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do nothing to myself, to end this shit. But when you're going through what I'm going through, it's like fuck it, man. I'd rather just fade away than to be dealing with this bullshit. And it keeps dragging. And maybe that's another thing with karma. You see, because the way I feel is because of karma that. Um, sorry, I have a beehive over at my house, and the exterminator was out there taking care of it. But anyways, like I said, with the whole karma thing for me to even be going through this is because of the things that I've done, and that's why I'm going through what I'm going through. And then when the doctor says like you weren't supposed to be here this long, you should have died a long time ago. It's been over 2 years. You should have died within 4 to 6 months of you finding out, but you're still here for some reason. You're still here. And then I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, well, shit. If I go on another year, 2 years, 3 years, fuck, 4 years, going through this shit and suffering and dealing with this pain and all this shit, maybe it's karma. Like, hey, you still get an answer for this shit. And if that's the case, if that's what it is, then so be it. Fuck it. I'll continue to do it for another 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it is, because that's my beliefs. That's my beliefs that I'm going through this shit because of things that I've done. So, like everybody else, you gotta pay the piper. You're gonna have to fucking pay for what you've done. That's everybody. You know. So, but then there's also the um, the thought of, well, I won't talk about that right now. I'll talk about that with my wife, because we're gonna do another video. We were supposed to do one this weekend, but I wasn't feeling good about the death of her 18-year-old son last month. You know, so that's where I was saying it's been a rough month, um, dealing with the cancer shit, or the doctor's saying there's really not much we can do. We'll try to find something, and then the death of my stepson, and so it's been a rough month. But we were gonna do a video yesterday or Saturday, but just wasn't feeling good. It was a lot of pain, so I just didn't do shit. But there's that other there's something else that I think about as far as why I'm still here right now. Um, but that's done. That's finished. That finished last month, or last weekend, and so we'll see. We'll see what's to come. Um, I'm not worried about it. Again, I don't look sick. I feel sick, but I don't look sick. I know that I'm on a downhill right now. How long I'm gonna make it? I think that I'll be lucky if I have a year. a year left. You know, with the way that I'm feeling, the way that my body's going, I think I'd be lucky to have another year. I think I'll be lucky if I'm here this time next year. Um, but then again, maybe with it's my attitude that keeps me going. I don't give a fuck attitude. I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live it. I don't stress. You know, I think that's one thing that people do that breaks your body down. You get cancer, you start to stress, you don't know what to do, you're afraid of dying. And I've said it before, I think that if you can get that out of your mind, the fear of death out of your mind, you've already halfway beat the battle, you know what I mean? That's the fear that people have, and because they're afraid of dying, they go into depressions and shit like that, you know what I mean? And they start to worry and they're afraid, and I'm not that way. You can see, I mean, come on, you can look at me and tell on these videos that I'm not sniveling. I'm not sniveling about nothing. I don't care. I just keep on going and keep on going. I keep on working. You know, even the guys at work are like, God damn, how are you still working? You know what I mean? You're sick and you still come to work. And it's like, yeah, I got to. Got a wife to take care of. I got bills and shit. You know, so yeah, I gotta keep on working. That's the only way I'm making some money. You know, going through the death with my stepson and still gotta go to work. I got things to do. You know, I can't. You got to continue putting one foot in front of the other. You know, no matter how hard things get, you got to continue to put one foot. You put one foot in front of the other. You might stop for a moment, but then just got to keep on going. If you stay still, you say if you stay still, you stay stagnant. That's when shit gets worse. So you can't do that. You got to keep on moving. And so that's one thing that I've been pushing on my wife this last month. You know, my wife went back to work after the death of her son. She's back at work again. You know, so I just got to keep pushing her and pushing her. Like, we got to keep on going. You know, I know she's sad and everything, but we got to keep on going. I know she's sad about what I'm going through. You know what I mean? She sees what I'm going through. You know, she sees the pain that I'm in. Not everybody else sees it. She sees it because she's here with me when she's not at work. And, um, and so, um, she knows. But again, who gives a fuck? Get up and go to work. And I'm gonna get up and go to work, and we're gonna keep on going and keep on going. So I think that's also what keeps me going. That keeps me from just falling apart and looking miserable, looking sick like I'm dying. You know, I ain't got no fucking makeup on. There ain't no filters on me. This is the way that I look. And yeah, I have stage 4 cancer, and I'm on the fucking downhill. But I don't look that way. Why? I don't know. Maybe I got good genes. I don't know. But I think it's because my attitude towards things, and I tell people what I'm saying here. I say to people in person. They ask me how I'm getting by with all this shit, and I tell them the same thing. I don't give a fuck. Gotta keep on going. And they're like, man, maybe it's just your attitude. Maybe it's your attitude that keeps you going, like, because you don't look like you're dying. And it's like, well, yeah, I don't look that way, but I am. I think eventually that'll come, though. I hope that I'll ever look like that, but I think that eventually that will come. You know, if I continue to lose the weight that I'm losing now, it's gonna look that way. So I gotta try to bulk up a little bit. But like I said, you know, I know I'm on the downhill, but I'm not sweating it. It is what it is. Uh, just keep on moving, one foot in front of the other. So, anyways, that's just a little update of what's going on with me. Um, Again, I always keep saying I'm gonna try to do more videos, but sometimes it's too tired or I'm in pain. Like right now, I'm starting to feel the pain again. So I'll go upstairs and chew down a couple or half of a pill, which I learned from a friend of mine that if I chew the fucking pills, they work faster. They taste disgusting, but he's like, just chew them. Don't wait, don't swallow it. It's gonna take like 15, 20 minutes for it to hit you. If you chew it, it works within like 2, 3 minutes. You feel it. So I've been doing that. You know, I've been chewing the pills. You know, I'm kind of getting used to it. The disgusting taste of chewing pills, but it does work. So that's what I do. because I'm constantly chasing that pain. But yeah, so I'll go chew a pill up and go hang some pictures up in the house for my wife that she's been wanting hung up, and I keep forgetting to take the Christmas tree down, so I gotta do that shit too right now. But again, I keep moving, keep one foot in front of the other. When I start to feel sick or I feel too much pain, I go sit down, watch some TV, and relax, and then I'll get back up and start doing shit again. I gotta go back to work tomorrow, so I only work 4 days this week, so it's all good. I'm work Tuesday to Friday, and then I'll be off for a couple of days again. So, anyways, appreciate you guys watching the videos. I will try to get some more out there. I do got some other subjects I want to talk about, um, and then I want to do the video with my wife about about my stepson and more on how she feels about what I'm going through, what she's got to go through. Because it's yeah, her son passing affects me and affects her, but it affects her more. That's her son. You know what I mean? That's her youngest son. But she's dealing with that, and then still got to deal with her husband dying. So she's got a lot of shit on her plate. You know what I mean? But she's dealing with it. She breaks here and there, but she's dealing with it. You know what I mean? Better than most people would. I think. Well, I can't say better than me because I'm the one that's pushing her to move forward because I know how I feel. I know that if it was one of my kids, how I would feel. You know what I mean? So I'm able to you know to to keep her moving, pushing her forward, and looking at things from reality. You know, um, but she's doing a good. She's doing a good job at it. You know what I mean? And most women could not deal with the shit that my wife is dealing with right now. I'll tell you that right now. Most women could not deal with it. They'd have a fucking breakdown or whatever. I don't know. They would go through shit, but they would not be able to deal with what my wife is going through. Just went through with her son's death, who was only 18, and then me going through my cancer. But she's doing it. So, but that's something that me and her will talk about together. I don't want to get too much into that shit because I want her to be able to voice her opinions about it. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll be talking to you later.